Welcome to the Motocross Supercross podcast.
What is up, everybody? This is the Motocross Supercross podcast. This is Adam here with Claudio. What's up, Claudio?
Hey, what's going on, brother? What's going on?
Dude, crazy weekend in San Diego.
Indeed.
Military Appreciation Week. We saw some really sick gear, but we also saw some pretty scary moments and definitely impactful on the points. So, overall, what'd you think?
There was a lot of bad luck for a lot of people, man. A lot of people just going down, getting hurt, and there was some good battles too. I mean, there was good racing as always, as been having this whole year, but just a lot of bad luck, man. It's just not looking good for the 450 championship.
Did we curse it last week when we said how nobody was hurt?
You probably did, yeah.
It. Yeah, well, that's how powerful this show is. But yeah, it was definitely a crazy week. Everybody probably knows by now. Roxon got injured.
Yep.
We saw Bogle get landed on.
Yep.
We got some videos on our Instagram at MXSX Podcast of practice whenever that track worker freaking throttled the bike right into Savachi.
I know,
what the heck
man.
was up with that?
I know. Rook.
Yeah, that guy should, he acted like he never, like I see YouTube videos all the time of people doing that kind of thing. It's like noobs, It's like, yo, if you're like around bikes, you should know how the clutch works and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like they should be. I don't know, how much train they get or anything like that, or how involved with the sport his flaggers or this like track crew is. But they should definitely be, aware of those little things, because thank God, nothing happened, but it could have been a lot worse.
That had to hurt so bad. That
for sure.
Like tire went right into his freaking, well, obviously over his wrist and then like right into his stomach.
Yeah. I know, that's what I'm saying. Like they should be more aware of what's going on.
Yeah, just a newbie out there. And then we also got Brock Shoemaker, his crash in practice where he lost it in the whoops. And I don't know if you saw on Instagram, but
I did, yeah.
He posted a picture of his bike. He broke one of the front forks, straight up broke in half.
I did not notice that, but I did see the crash.
Yeah, so he hit that last whoop pretty hard.
For sure.
But I think he said that he broke a rib, and we'll see what when he might be back. But the other crashes, let's just jump right into this 250 race. What do you say?
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to touch a couple of things, and it was pretty awesome to see. We had Justin Hill with the fastest 250 lap, which is good. I like that he's getting into the rhythm. Also, Eli Tomac with the fastest 450 and overall. And did you see the Yamaha 65?
Yeah, I did see that.
How cool is that thing, dude? About freaking time.
Yeah, why'd it take so long? It's just
so
been
long. Like I feel like we were
KTM
talking
and
about whenever
Kawasaki.
we used to ride like 10 years ago.
Oh yeah. And Honda, is Honda next? Probably,
yeah. I think they're gonna have to.
Gotta compete,
Yeah.
But
yeah, let's jump right on.
All right, let's do it. All right, so the first heat was I thought they were all pretty good races.
They were.
That first heat, I thought Adam Cianciarulo got the whole shot. He had some fast lap times in practice too. He was right up there, so
yeah,
it was looking good.
Which is good that he didn't have the fastest because it made him look good in the night. So
yeah, and how that night ended was just about perfect for that.
Yeah, that 250 heat one was stacked, dude. Like everybody was in it. I don't know if you noticed that. Everyone was.
Oh yeah. McElrath, Plessinger, both didn't do too hot.
No. Yeah,
but
we had Savachi in there. We had Cianciarulo in there. There was a lot of people in that.
Yeah, right there in that first lap. I don't know if you caught it, but Mitchell Harrison was he was just a wild man out there. Like it had to be like the worst lap like ever. He missed that well, he almost hit Savachi in the air in like the second turn, and then he missed that triple, and then he almost got landed on.
Oh,
He like
yeah,
ended
yeah,
up
yeah,
off
yeah,
the
yeah.
track. I was just like, oh shit! Like he got so many close calls in like the first 30 seconds of that
It's like
race.
25 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, but he got a seventh out of it, so he made it in.
Yeah, it was cool though. It was cool to see the Kawasaki boys up top. Finally, leading and having a good race.
Dude, how
Also,
about that gear they were wearing? That gear was sick.
it
The
was
Fox gear.
it was really 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 cool. Plessinger, he had a nice rhythm. It wasn't so lucky for the overall, for the gate pick, but he had a good rhythm going, and just Kawasaki boys just looked really good. AC looked flawless, dude,
Yeah.
for the win. He looked really really good in that heat race. And I have a question, and I wanted to tweet it out, but I wasn't sure. Did he wipe
What's
his
that?
butt when he won the heat?
I have zero idea. I do not know what you're talking about.
Dude, whenever he like crossed the finish line, he like wiped his butt.
Oh, like
I don't know if anybody else caught that, but I was like, what does that mean? Like, I wanted to tweet it out, but I didn't want to be controversial. So,
geez, we're gonna have to play that back. That's
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
We're
you
gonna
have to
find
look it up. Look it up. And whenever he wins the heat, he like jumps and like wipe his butt.
that.
I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah. I have zero idea, but I was gonna say Plessinger. He's gonna be doing some butt wiping, announcing he's gonna be a dad of a boy.
That's right. Congratulations to him.
So I don't know if he got like kind of bad starts all day, but maybe it was like in his head like, yo, I'm gonna be a dad. I gotta be safe. I can't be hurt. He's like playing the safe side of things now. His whole life has changed.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, so he kind of had an off night, being the points leader.
Yeah.
But McElrath, he obviously didn't do as good as I thought he was gonna do.
I also saw that Plessinger got docked a position in San Diego. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see that. That was whenever he after he crashed and he just like his bike was pretty much facing the other line and he just like went straight, and they were mad he didn't like go around the corner. But,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I didn't think it was a really a big deal. I mean, he was right there. I mean, they say the rule is what? You got to enter the quickest or the safest and the quickest like spot available.
Yeah, you have to enter the racetrack and the safest spot, and then you can't like gain any positions.
Yeah, it was messed up though because he crashed like at the end of the
whoop
section
yeah.
right before the turn. Like
Yeah.
it didn't look like he definitely cut the track, but I mean his bike was right there. It's not like he like, turned around in the middle of the track and got back on. So if that's what that's for, they haven't officially said exactly what it's for at this time, but I'm guessing it's that.
It is for that. It is for that. It says that he crashed at the other whoop section and re-entered on the other side, missing the turn.
Oh yeah, well that's bullshit because I mean, what do you think? It's not like he cut a whole section of the track. He was right there, but
it wasn't the heat race, so it doesn't really. I don't think it. I mean, never mind. It wasn't the final. Never mind.
Yeah, and they docked him. What'd you say? One position?
Yeah. It put Kyle Chisholm in 7th and then him in 8th.
Well, only better to keep that points race close. That's for sure.
Hey, at least we have the 250 now, and well, we're done with the West Coast, so let's move up to heat number 2.
Yeah, let's do it. Things started to get a little spicy. We saw, Heft. He was running pretty good up there.
I know, Hill, man. He went down hard
starts.
too.
Dude. Yeah. He cased the shit out of that triple.
Oh yeah. Like, I hope he's good. I hope he's okay. We'll have to see. We'll have a little bit more on that for our next episode. But Justin Hill finally being the number 1 that we all were expecting from A1. He
got those good starts.
Yeah, he's getting good starts. He's battling. He's staying up there, and it paid off. It paid off at the end of the night.
Yeah, he said that when he was doing real bad, that he kept blaming his starts, and maybe he's right. Once you get back there and you get stuck behind some people, you start riding their pace when you can ride a lot better. So
yeah, definitely. We go back to this West Coast is stacked. Like there's a lot of good riders on there and a lot of good competitors. So
yeah, and now they're going to be taking a little hiatus. So it's time for that East Coast to step it up.
Yeah, or as the IB Corp guys will say, he's a pilot. They're pilots either.
I like that. I'm down with that. But yeah, who else looked really good was Chase Sexton.
Yes, looking solid on that heat race, man.
Just killing it. Like this whole season, he's been. Excuse me, jeez.
Damn.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
I think I just hit puberty, like in that moment.
I think so.
But yeah, I was just saying, Chase Sexton, he's really showing his worth these last couple weeks, and really the whole season. He's done really good.
Yeah, he's been getting good results, and for a rookie, definitely really, really good results. So
yeah, so yeah, I mean, besides Heft, crashing and which was a heck of a crash. He's lucky he didn't get hurt on that first crash. He ended up coming back for the LCQ, but that dude, a lot of people had problems with that triple. That a lot of people missed it so many times. I don't know if it was just the runway to it, if coming right around that turn was they couldn't get it the traction they needed, but so many people had problems with that triple throughout the whole night.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was it's just crazy.
Yeah.
But
and then another thing that happened in the heat, Alex Martin went down and he lost, that second spot. So
that's right. And he was right up there at the beginning. He was he's really been fast since he came back from his collarbone injury. So we'll see how he can he qualified, so
yeah,
he didn't really have to worry about anything. But yeah, I think the big story out of that was just that Justin Heft crash, which was just insane. Just him casing the shit out of that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised his bike didn't just break in half right there. Boom.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's move on to the LCQ where Heft, had a bad night and turned it worse, where he was fast all week, even in practice.
Yeah.
And he just wrecked every single race, though. But in this LCQ, this is one that was bad because they built up they had that little option with the inside and the outside, and the inside was way faster. So they built it up for the main event, and or for the night races. And he launched off that thing when he was way out in front and just got pitched right over the front, over the bars, and it looked really bad.
Yeah, I hope he's okay for sure. I feel like he's a good racer. He's got a lot of potential. So I really hope he's okay.
Yeah, we'll have to watch Racetrack Supercross this week and see how that all kind of plays out. But they had a bad day. They just had a bad day overall. Michael Lieb was in that LCQ. He got second.
Yep.
And then I think he got 18th or something in the main. And Martin Costello, he got 20th. He DNF'd that LCQ.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see exactly what happened.
I think he went down on the start.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw a lot of problems on that start, especially in the 450 main.
And then for the LCQ, the Lionette taken out, he had it taken out for the final LCQ spot. That was pretty sweet.
I love that. That was the best because it was Ryan Brees, and he's right there, and he's teammates with Leonette on the Rockwell Nuclear Blast, whatever it is, ride, those cowies. And yeah, they were just so pumped. He really rammed it in there on that guy who that would have, or whoever it was, but Ryan Surratt, it looks like, or Blake Lilly, that's who it was, Blake Lilly. Really rammed it right in there at the last second, and those two were just so pumped. I was like, heck yeah, that's what it's about right there. So pumped. It was a sick move. Bold, and that's how you got to do it right there in the LCQ, right? Racing. Yeah, he's going for that money. He's trying to make that money. He's like, yo, it's right there. All I got to do is bump this guy.
And that's it. He did.
A lot of people did that. A lot of people left the inside of that finish wide open.
Yep. Yeah. We'll get to that whenever with silly. So and then we go to the main event.
Yeah.
There was no
Oh yeah.
respect for Savachi, man, on that main event. No respect.
Nothing, man. It was good. We saw Savachi get that hole shot. You know, he
Yeah.
started off good because I had him. I picked him to. I think I picked him to win. But yeah. People definitely. You know, he straight up like got past. He was fading fast.
Yeah, they did not care for him in this race for sure.
But Justin Hill, he was just dominating that
Yeah.
from the start. He was just killing it.
Yeah, he looked solid throughout the whole night, and then it got him the win. He got a good battle with AC as well. They battled for a little bit. That was nice to see. Yeah, and
Chisholm up there again this week.
yep.
7th, he's moving on up.
Yeah, well, 8th, but it happened. And then what we were talking about just a second ago, Plessinger, he went down hard and he quote unquote cut the track, so he got that position docked.
Yeah, well, hey, he's still the points leader, but it is close. He's got 133 and Savachi's got 129. So
yeah, that's awesome for when we come back to the West-East shootout.
Exactly, and we see Chase Sexton getting on the podium again. Ep17 Cerullo getting second, Justin Hill getting first.
Mm-hmm.
My fantasy got really screwed because I had Heft. I did.
Yeah, so did I.
But I dropped back to my overall is now 18th.
Ooh.
It was 7th. Now I'm 18th.
8th out of the top 10, baby.
I know. But hopefully, and the other person I had was Eli, and we're going to have to get into that. But both those people looked really fast in practice, and I thought it was like a good bargain. I was like, all right, these are kind of safe picks, you know? Yeah, not safe.
We're getting there.
I got to be more risky. But
moving up to the 450?
Anything... Yeah.
Heat
Let's
1.
do that. Heat 1.
Yep.
It was everyone, looking at Barsha. He just signed that contract.
That's right.
And Millsaps is out. He's in. You would think we weren't sure if he was going to ball out, which he, we saw him up there, Malcolm up there.
Malcolm almost went down. He almost crashing, and then he had a really good battle with Barsha for a bit.
Yeah, there were some really good battles in the 450s. Like, somebody was always battling, which kind of sucks not being there to see everything play out, and you're only limited to what they show on the TV here. But everyone, like Pike was up there, consistently up there.
Yeah, Brayton actually making some topics so we can talk about him in the podcast. See.
Well, he only ended up 5th in the heat, so but he's been solid all year, right where you would expect him to be this race. But Malcolm, he really faded. Like, he looked strong at the beginning because he passed Barsha straight up for second, and then Barsha got him back like in the next corner, and then it was just like he started fading after that.
Yeah, I know. It was kind of weird how he faded out of that of that heat race. But again, he had a good battle with Barsha, and then and it was cool because he started to fade it out, and then someone will get on him and he'll just get right on that gas again and just kind of stay with that person and just kind of give up type situation. That's what I saw anyways.
Yeah,
so it shows you that he has the speed and he has the will. It's just, I don't know, something happened for sure at San Diego.
Yeah, definitely. But it's good that he was up there for at least a little bit. We got to see him on TV.
Well, and I wonder what's going to happen now with the whole Bogle situation. I wonder if they're going to do the Barsha move,
Yeah,
with,
sign him for the rest of the season. Yeah, I think they should.
Well, I mean,
he's healthy.
Bogle is out, so again.
Yeah, so let's just jump right into that second heat. That first heat, Anderson dominated. Barsha got second. Pike got third. Grant got fourth. Brayton 5th. Malcolm 6th. Benny Bloss 7th, who had a good night. Vince Freeze 8th. Dean Wilson 9th. But let's jump into this heat 2 because this is where it really started getting scary.
It's pretty interesting. I like it. There was a lot of interesting stuff happened here. It was good to see Bowers back on the gate for sure after that crash last week.
Yep, and he got that last qualifying spot. But so there was 2 gate drops here because on I think it was the first or second lap. I think it was the first lap. Ben LeMay landed on Justin Bogle on that triple.
Yep.
Bogle missed the triple. And then he rolled over that last one, and LeMay came right down on top of him. I don't really think it was LeMay's fault.
No, for sure not. It's part of racing, man. You know, it happens. This thing happens. You miss the triple on the start. You know, like,
yeah.
You know, there's 21 more guys out there with you that want to get on, and it's the first lap, start. Because nobody wants to be Bogle. You know, nobody wants to get landed on. So.
Yeah, and it was it was just nasty. I mean, and there's not like a button that you can hit to just magically move your bike, 5 feet to the right in the air.
Yeah.
Once he hit that jump, he knew he was fucked. He was like, shit. Yeah, I think that, I hope Bogle's okay. I saw he broke his humerus, the upper bone in his arm, which really sucks, but I think it could have been a lot worse.
So I just want to touch up the reason, there was a red flag, obviously because the red flag to restart the start, and the only reason they did a complete restart was because it was less than 3 laps made. So
right,
sucks for Chad and for Brayton.
So bad for Chad. he was
doing so good.
Oh man, and he was so pumped, and he such a veteran move of him to like put his arm up and signal everyone that we were done. I was like, yeah, that's Chad. He's like, yeah, we done. Don't even try and pass me. We done.
Yeah.
But
hey, he got straight through, okay? He didn't have to go, LCQ.
That's true. So, but he definitely would have won that LCQ, I think. So he's got to think about that.
I told you he was going to go straight through in San Diego.
Yeah, it's a big night. Well, he has been injured all year, but he's making it, man. He was 1 race away from tying the record. So
For sure. Also, another thing that I saw, Muskin looked really bad in the whoops, man. It cost him all the spots.
He definitely has his good run. He's either good or bad. Like he either goes through him fine or
he was bad.
Yeah, it sucks. I picked him to win, which he did good, but I think those whoops really killed him. Like, yeah, he's just not good. Cooper Webb though.
Yeah, good for him. Oof. Yeah, Webb, Seeley, and Tomac. Those were your top 3 guys for this heat.
Dude, Cooper Webb is like the what if kind of character because, obviously what happened here in the main, which we'll get into in a couple minutes, but he looked good in practice. He was good in the heat, dominating. I think he could have done some stuff in the main if he didn't have his problems with Roxon. But let's get into this LCQ so we can talk about all that craziness that happened in the main.
Go ahead. I don't really have any notes on the LCQ. Yeah. I didn't think there was much to talk about there. There was no Chad Reed, so.
I know, right? But we saw Ben LeMay who landed on Bogle. It was good to see him up, I guess, and he won that from Alaska.
Yeah.
Ben LeMay's from Alaska, so. Adam Entignap, I think that's his first main that he's made this year. He got second.
I believe so.
Cunningham and Tedder. So, let's jump into this main because things got a little spicy this race.
It got a spicy quick.
Dude, right off the start, that replay, whenever they show Anderson pretty much started that whole pile up.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
It took everyone out.
It was like a little chain react. Actually, it was like one of those balls that where you drop it the end from one side, it hits the stack, and then it pushes it out the other side. I forget what they're called, but the perpetual motion kind of things. But it was kind of like that because he bumped into.
Roxon went down. Malcolm went down.
Yep, Roxon went down, and then he bumped Roxon into Tomac into Pike. And then so Tomac and Stewart was in on that too, so he was down.
Yep.
And then Seeley's out there just killing it, and I was like, all right. I said Seeley was gonna do good, and he did all right.
Yep.
Fourth, he did miss the podium, but
he got bullied, man. He got bullied 3 times to knock him off the step. He got bullied by Anderson, then by Muskin, and then by Baggett. Good for Baggett. I
Dude,
mean, getting back on the steps again.
yep. He led half that race, and it's like the same thing as last week. He's just out there killing, and then yeah, he definitely got bullied right there in that turn before the finish line.
Which kind of sucks because it was kind of like a deja vu from last week, from Oakland.
Yeah, and also, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So we'll see what happens again this weekend in Arlington or Dallas, whatever you want to call it. Do we figure out what we're gonna call it yet? This thing again. But Chad Reed, he was up there in the main too.
Yep.
He was up there.
Yeah,
and then he missed the triple.
And then he
missed
back.
the triple.
Yeah.
So everyone went around him. Roczen getting into Webb there, ruining his night.
Oh, dude, I think he ruined his night and the rest of the year at least, for sure.
Oh, dude, and yeah, Webb was pissed, man. I wouldn't be surprised if he walked over and like grabbed his broken hand or whatever.
He has both
Just
of them
gave
now.
a little squeeze. But what'd you think of that? Did you think? I think they were trying to say it was like too aggressive on TV.
I don't think it was too aggressive. I think he just kind of lost control of the throttle and he just kind of like got hooked to Webb and it just happened. Like, he was going for the pass. I don't think if for me to be dirty, you have to T-bone someone. If you're just blocking them on the turn, that's racing, baby. That's how you do it. You can't. So how are you supposed to pass people then?
Dude, he was coming into that turn so hot. He was hitting that rut so hard. It looked almost perfect until he looped out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he just kind of like, whiskey throttle at the end and it just kind of got hooked with Webb's bike and it just looped out. But he was fine. Like, he never took him out or anything.
Yeah, it was definitely like a freak accident. But
yeah,
whenever he looped out right into Webb, his arm got caught down in between like the swing arm and the tire, just getting shredded.
Dude, that sucks, bro. When I saw that, I was pretty upset. I was like, sucks for Roczen because he's had such bad luck,
Yeah, oh yeah.
And that I think he could definitely be out. I know he hurt his that right arm. So he posted some pictures on Instagram and they look back. It looks
Dude, it's like
up.
burned off of there. It looked like he's missing like a couple layers of skin. Just burned off. Looks like a burn victim.
Yeah, they don't really have anything on it. They just said he's out. He got, they just said what we just said. He got.
Yeah, I think he broke something in his hand for sure, and then he's waiting for other MRIs and stuff. So we should know. We should know before our next podcast kind of what his status is. But I'm guessing he's going to be missing a couple weeks.
For sure, it doesn't look good for him. I did see also that Muskin trying to bang bars with Anderson early in the race.
Yeah, he was like. He was just, I don't even know what it was. It was just like, I'm getting up here. And like, he thought he was going to take him out and just win the race. But
yeah, it was way too Frenchy. It was like.
He got aggressive on Barsha too later and actually put a nice little pass on him and kind of ruined his night. Because once that happened, Barsha just started fading.
Yeah. Well, Barsha, he put up a good pass on Musking and he got a little aggressive there with him, but yeah, Muskin just, I thought it was kind of funny.
Back. Yeah, and then Baggett, who's really looked good the last couple of weeks, he was up there getting past Barsha, and he made it up to the podium. He got third place in that main. So that's 2 weeks in a row. We wondered if he could do it again. He did it again. So
well, this is the first time in his career too.
Yeah, he is sitting 5th in the points, so, he's a little far behind Anderson, but
everyone's behind Anderson.
He's only 3 points behind Roczen. If Roczen misses a couple weeks, Blake Baggett could end up, top 3 in this whole series.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. Anderson, back-to-back wins for the first time also in his 450 career. Like we just said, Blake Baggett, back-to-back podiums, his first time in his career. Not so good for Barsha. He got 8th overall, which is not good for the championship, or because he really put them behind. It really puts him behind. So
yeah, he's still second in the points, but he's got 113 points, and
yeah,
Anderson is 141. So
yeah, that's
he's
a big
he's
gap.
a little bit back. But Anderson, what'd you think of his gear? I thought his gear looked super sick. The Alpine Star gear, it was like black and like a dark blue, and then it had like the red A Star, which like matched his red number plate, and I thought it just looked sick.
Yeah. That it was cool. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Cole Seeley, his gear was like it was like an American flag, like jumpsuit kind of looking thing.
Yeah.
I respected it. I don't know if it definitely wasn't one of my favorites, but I definitely was like, all right, he's going for it.
Yeah, my favorite gear of the night was probably the Kawasaki boys and Anderson.
Yeah, well, I also like the that 7 gear like Malcolm was wearing in Bowers, the like tactical green. I thought that was like super badass.
Yeah.
Even Muscan's gear was really good too.
Everybody stepped it up this weekend.
Yeah, a couple things that we need to touch on is one, Chad Reed had that bomber graphic, the first one that I chose.
Yeah.
So I was right there. And then Seeley got 4th and Barsha got 8th. So I was right there again. So just to let you know. I said Muscan was going to win. He got 2nd. So it was right there. But I think we were both kind of hoping Anderson had a bad race, so the points would even out.
That's exactly why I want to just a bad race, so he just make the points interesting. But
he's pulling away.
It's not looking good for anyone else, man. It's looking good for him for sure. He's opening that gap up a little more, and everybody else just keep crashing. So that's not good.
Dude, it looks like this is Anderson's year. If anyone wants to challenge him, we gotta wait and see what happens on this next race in Dallas. So is there anything else that you want to add to this?
No, man. Looking forward to this weekend. Looking forward to our next podcast. Make sure you guys follow us on MXSX Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, on the web at www.mxsxpodcast.com. Don't forget about our contest. We only have 2 more weeks for the goggles. We're still getting emails and getting stuff. We love that. Thank you guys, and we really appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks to everybody for giving us those ratings on iTunes. Go ahead, if you haven't done so yet, leave us a rating. Then just send us a screenshot or a picture of your rating, and you're in the mix to win some goggles. We will see you in a couple days for Dallas.
Good luck. See you.